hello, ladies. How are you?
Hi Fiona.
Hi there. Hi, Mandeep. Just give me a minute while I just put the link in.
Everyone.
Hello.
Friday feedback. Friday feedback. Okay. Right. I'm just putting this on the site. I don't know if anybody watches it there, but I promised to put it there so it's easy to find. And it's also I've put the link in the doc, Google Doc as well. So it's easy to find in different places. Okay, let me just add that. There. This is the YouTube link. So you can watch that live on the page if that's easier for everybody to find, or go to the document. Okay, great. Right, who's here? Nessa's here, Safura's here. Lovely. Okay, have you had a chance to look at the document?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, Hind, you were saying that you've had problems.
Yeah.
Lines aren't showing up. How strange. I don't know. Does anybody else have that problem?
No.
Hind, I think it's innate in Google Docs. I don't think it's something that I added. I think it's just if you've got Google Docs, it comes up.
Because of Google Chrome?
I thought so, yeah. I mean, I can Google it later. I'll see if there's something you need to click maybe that you haven't clicked on. I don't know, like automatic grammar check somewhere. I'm just looking through it, but hang on, I'll share the screen. I don't know if anybody else knows. Saurabh's usually good with the techie things. Yeah, whether there's something here. I mean, I do add a lot of add-ons, but I don't think it's one of these that
I think it's by
spelling and
default.
grammar. Oh, there, isn't it? Sorry, Mandeep.
From tools?
In tools, the top one. Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, actually, I was saying it's by default enabled.
I thought it was by default, but maybe Hind, that could be that you could switch it off there. Maybe. Look, I've switched it off now. And you can tick there and it goes off. So possibly that's what it is. So try that next time.
Of course I will. I do wanted to see.
Okay, great.
That's a score again.
What?
My score. Actually,
everybody was 6 today. I don't think we had a 7 today.
Yeah.
Not your fault. Adam, when I showed it to Adam, he said, "Oh, this is ridiculous. This is a philosophical question. How can you answer that in 250 words? It's impossible." So, yeah, it was a tough one today. Adam wrote 344 words, and I saw bits maybe I could take out, like, okay, I could shorten it, but he said you just can't get enough message across unless you go over the limit. He thought that was his opinion. I don't know, but not to worry. We'll have a look at them in a minute. Can I ask your opinion, please? I'm really struggling. I wanted to start this academic challenge, task 1, and I started just going through it. At the moment, it's 14 days. So you've got week 1 essentials, and then task 1 advanced. But I want to make it into a 28-day course because there's just so much to cover. But I wanted your opinion, please. If you imagine you're doing this course for the first time, what's better for you in terms of, I don't know, psychologically, or not feeling too stressed by information? Is it better for you to have, like, at the moment, there's lots and lots and lots of things on one page.
Yeah.
So my idea was that if you were a beginner, then you could just do the first bit, the video, and then come back to do everything else. But if I make it into a 28-day course, it means every day will be really short. So maybe one day will be this, just the introduction. One day will be practice. So what's better for you as a learner? Like this is a whole new lesson here, this video. I've edited the videos, made them shorter and snappier, but it's still a whole lesson there with the slides and everything. Should that be on the same page, or should I put that in a separate new lesson? What do you think?
I think separate them.
Separate it out, make them all shorter, do you think?
Actually, I like your ways in bootcamp task 2.
Yeah.
The separate one from the original course, which is good. And you can focus more, and you can then refer to the main course. I don't know, but I prefer that way.
I think that's the best way. That's
I
what
agree
I'm
with
do.
that as well.
Nessa, you agree?
Hi, Fiona, hi. Yeah,
Hi,
as you said, that you just thought task 1 is kind of overwhelming.
Yeah.
However, you just want to start to do something, then I think it's just, if I may just use the word restricted, you can just restrict your students to not get access to everything at the first side, to just try to restrict them and just give them a little bit, just portion. Whereas if you got access to everything, you just get lost and it gets kind of boring, and you don't want to just proceed it. So
I know, Nessa,
more informative as well.
Yeah, I have restricted it in the past. So I have done challenges where you can only get one day at a time. But then the problem is you get somebody coming in who's already a 7, and they say, what, I just get this one video, I'm band 7, and they get, the trouble with IELTS is everybody's different, and they get really frustrated.
But I think that will be more with the task 2. If you, from my point of view, just if you restrict me with task 2, task 2 is just kind of one thing you need to just move on. But with task 1, it's just kind of, it's not a direct link with one to other. As a whole, you have to understand one part for the task response, how to write introduction and how to write the overview to just go on further. But with task 2, it's just it's more coherence. You have to understand the introduction.
Everything is linking to the other, right?
Yeah. Introduction is just has got with the conclusion. So if you have your thesis, good, and you have to have the conclusion as well, that you can restate your opinion. So that's my idea. There's the difference between task 1 and task 2.
Yeah, it's tricky, and that's what I'm struggling with, because I think I started it as just a really simple course, and then people said, well, there's not enough. And then
I think, in my opinion, to separate them, it's fine, but give them the option, not too strict. Can't go to the until you finish the lesson. No. Open for them.
Yes, that is possible, but it is possible, but it's quite technically confusing. Yeah, that would be nice.
Task 1 is kind of boring. I don't like task 1.
You don't like task 1, yeah.
But for us, bootcamp will be as a review.
Okay, so what I could do is keep the one that's there at the moment, and gradually throughout December, I'll build the 28-day one. So I'll break things up a little bit, make it more manageable, possibly. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's overwhelming.
I think it's just kind of tough. It's more tougher than organizing task 2.
Yeah, it really is, because there's all the different types as well, and I've gathered over 4 years so many different materials, and I kind of have to restrict myself. I kind of think, no, don't put that there. It's too much. It's too much. But I think if it's over 28 days, then each day could just be shorter. Okay, all right, but I am a bit slow on that, just because I'm still kind of thinking what's the best. But but don't rest assured it will be fine.
Just one more thing. I mean,
Go on.
maybe is that better like you did the boot camp for task 2,
Yeah.
that you can do that boot camp for task 1, that you can have the conversation, the video
Yes.
conversation.
No, that was my plan, Nessa. Honestly, that is totally my plan. But I think I'm going to confuse things if I try to do both at the moment. I think all I need maybe this weekend is just to put the 28-day plan in place so I know what's on every day. And then I can say, okay, we'll do like a Wednesday session, but then I've got to decide what task to give you at that stage. But that is my plan. Don't worry, it is there. Just needs.
We need to practice every day a new thing, right?
Yes, that's exactly it. Yeah, and I want to have like an interactive activity on each day.
Yes, exactly.
But I know that's, I mean, the Google Slides are designed so that you can test yourself. It's the kind of interactive, like the past tenses with language of change and stuff. But yeah, I want to include more of those, but it's going to take time. But thank you. Thanks for your advice and your input. It will be there. I'm really working on it. It might not look like I am, but I am. The other thing, just do you know about my Advent challenge, the free one that I'm doing?
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
Normally I run this as a live session, free thing, but I don't want that to interfere with the task 1 thing that I'm doing for you. So I'm not running it, I'm not doing it live. But if you go there, it's specifically geared to members and what you get in the Members Academy. But there's a kind of a little free option. So you'll get everything. Let me put this in the chat. Okay. Okay. So what it is I've done one every year for the last 4 years live. But this one, so for example, let's do one together. You open page 1 and you get a kind of a prompt to review something. So can you see it okay?
Yep.
Okay. Hi, Patricia, by the way, I can see you there. Hi. Okay, so you look at the sentence.
Yeah, the internet. The
internet? Who said that? Hint?
Yes.
Okay, so you've got a choice. So day 1, it's alphabetic, it's A, so it's all about articles. And Hind, I think, said that. What goes in the space? And yes, absolutely right. It's always the internet. So it gives you a link and you can click. And this one is a free open link for YouTube. So that's it. You just do one little thing every day. But if you're in the academy, then there's a special link to the lesson in the academy. So again, it's just designed to help you just keep taking action, even if it's like little things. So if you go to what's new on my free website, it'll say, for example, as today, day 3. Should we do this one? Okay. And then it'll say Members Academy, you can go there. So there's something kind of different for the Members Academy. But let's say this is the free one. Should we do this one together? So number 3. Right.
He is wrong.
Despite being
rich.
Being rich.
The question is, which option is wrong?
Okay.
Yeah, being rich is correct. He is wrong.
He is.
Yeah. So these are kind of common mistakes. You recognize them from our Friday feedback, and they are all on our takeaways. So if you go on the takeaways, you'll find all of those. So anyway, it's just a little prompt to keep you thinking about kind of common mistakes that come up.
Yeah. No, it's a great one. I mean, I've never used that.
Okay.
Really.
I've done, last year I did the pronunciation. Again, it became the pronunciation bootcamp, which you've got now anyway. And there was a speaking part 1, speaking part 2, but it's all in the academy for you. Yeah. Okay, great. Let's have a look at this. So, what I noticed today is quite a lot of slang and informal language. So, I've put them in yellow. Sometimes, there's always borderline with slang. It's like, how slang is it? Is it acceptable because it's a good expression, or is it too informal? So the first one, if they do not plan well, they might lose the game. And I thought, which game? What do you think?
Game of life.
Game in life.
Game of life.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. I was thinking Squid Game. Yeah, I thought that was too vague for for an academic essay. My question is, what do you mean lose the game? So could we rephrase it? Hang on,
Direction. They might lose the direction.
Heater is on too hot. Okay, might lose direction in life. Yeah, something like that.
Or
yeah.
being out of competition.
It could be competition. Again, it's so vague. It could mean anything, couldn't it? Yes. So something just a bit more specific, I think we need there. Okay. Preparation for tomorrow is arguably regarded as a time sink. I've never heard the word time sink, and I imagine, sorry, I didn't even check it because I was thinking of time suck, which I don't know if that's the British version, and this is the Canadian one. Liang said this one, time sink. Time sink, also a time drain or time waster. Okay. Okay, so it definitely exists. I'm not sure. Is that academic? Is it an academic word? One option is always, if you're not sure, to put it in inverted commas to kind of signal to the examiner that you know that this is an expression, but you specifically want to use it because you think it's appropriate in this context. And I think it possibly is appropriate. But the inverted commas might help, I think. So that's okay. What about these things cost a fortune?
Cost a lot of money.
Yeah, just to be safe, because I was wondering if people had been watching Keith again, because I saw quite a few people said cost a fortune. Yes. So in academic, what did you say? A lot of money?
It's fine to use it in speaking, right?
Oh, in speaking, lovely. In speaking,
yeah, he's using also, it cost me an arm and leg.
An arm and a leg is lovely. Yes. Let's say keep it,
Significant amount of money.
Lovely.
Considerable.
You get equal amount of points for putting something like that compared to cost a fortune, which would stand out as being inconsistent in tone.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I think this is an expression, cherish the now.
What does it mean?
Right,
Appreciate.
go on then. What does it mean?
Appreciate.
Appreciate. Now, there we go. Appreciate would be, let's see, I wonder if it's one of those, fashionable expressions. Now, it's not coming up as that expression, cherish the now. In fact, it's not coming up at all. So, I think what you mean maybe is cherish the moment. And appreciate would be, as you said, more formal. Yeah, okay, so.
Fiona, may I ask about the Ludwig? Why it keeps asking me to subscribe for the premium? Is that for everyone? Or
No,
is it just...
it's paid. It's, freemium. They give you a certain amount for free, but you have to pay.
Okay.
I haven't found the need to pay for it yet. Have you?
Yeah, I have.
I mean,
They ask me to pay all the time.
Yes, I've got the offer, but I don't feel I need to pay. It's not restricting me very much. I mean, it's enough for us to get this, isn't it? You don't need more than that.
Sometimes when it
No,
comes after sometimes, if I
Yeah,
use it
sometimes it
after
gets
some
stuck,
time,
right?
yeah, if I use it
Yeah.
more than 3 times, they will ask me.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I've
okay.
written here in guest card.
Yeah, it's like anything else. You know, they're a business, but I think they're quite generous in what they give you. So I don't think you need to pay. Okay, so where were we? So appreciate the moment, the present. Yeah, okay. So the other thing is in because it's this kind of philosophical type essay, there's a danger of becoming too, you know, flowery, too kind of Disney-like. This idea, find joy in your life and your future dreams will come true, and all of that. It's just not scientific, academic enough. Planning is the best way to make our days joyful and our dreams come true. Yeah, it just needs rethinking to achieve
To
achieve our goals. Does it make your day joyful if you plan? Make the most of our...
Maybe more organized.
Okay, so maximize our...
sense of relief.
Relief from what, though? Maximize our efficiency?
In achievement?
Achievements, yeah. Anything like that that is not flowery or wishy-washy or Disney-like, I think. Yes. Wishy-washy. Yeah, it's just vague, you know, future dreams and that kind of thing. It's just not scientific language. It doesn't work in that way. And if we jump to the last one, if you go on a whole family holiday, for example, and spend time with kids.
Children.
Absolutely.
Children.
One of my banned words, kids, yeah. There's a higher chance that your family will be happy.
Happy.
If you go on, lots of people hate family holidays. They hate spending time with each other. And so I think you just, again, rephrase it in a more general way, like, you know, spending time with family and friends, and hedging, this came up quite a lot today, can improve your emotional well-being, you know, that kind of thing. Just being specific.
And what is to say it makes the life to be more satisfactory for family?
Yes, any of those, like make life more satisfactory, fulfilling, rewarding. Yeah, definitely. But not happy is unscientific. Contented, maybe. Satisfied, yeah. Oh, and here, what might be here? It may take lots of time to plan for an unknown future.
Time consuming?
A lot of time.
Lots of is informal. So even a significant amount of time.
Significant,
yeah. Yes. Yeah. So lots of would be better, a significant amount of time. Yeah. Okay. So there were a few things like that. I think possibly the question, because it was more like about life rather than politics and economics and the environment, it led to less precise language. But I thought this week would be a good time to review hedging, especially if we've got a few newer people in the group. So quick hands up, everybody, if you can raise your hand on the Zoom thing. Hands up if you feel confident that you're hedging, that you know what hedging is, and you use it, and
Should
you
I do
understand
that?
it. Banda, yeah.
How should I do that? Oh,
Who is that? Nessa, yeah.
well, I just sent a thumbs here.
Okay. Okay. So again, with this kind of thing, you can't simply say that if you spend more time with your family, you will be happy. That you've got to use the alternatives. It may be true, but it's not 100% true. So things like this, this is more likely to make you feel alive. And let's take out happy. Make you feel more alive. Again, how can you say that? We just don't know. Appreciate what you have, maybe. So things like is more likely to. So let's have a look at the second one. Spending time with your family leads to a healthy and fulfilled life.
May lead.
May lead.
Simple as that.
Good.
Can, may, might, all of those. And even this is an option, just to use a comparison. It doesn't mean 100% you'll have a healthy and fulfilled life, because how can you guarantee that? You can't. So you could simply say a healthier and more fulfilled life. So now you're not being so 100% it will make you healthy, you know, because nobody can say that. Look at the second one. It's important to live in the current moment, okay, which brings fulfillment and happiness.
Could bring or may or might.
Which
Might
may
bring.
All
which
of
may
those.
bring. Yeah.
As simple as that. May, might, fine.
Can we use can in the previous one?
Yes, all options are fine. You, in fact, use a variety because you will need to in an
Could.
essay
Can
like
we use
this.
could here?
Could.
Could.
But not
Yeah.
Would.
not would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not would.
This is in second conditional.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes. Marvelous.
Fiona,
I just
may I say
reviewed the
some-
lesson before.
Oh, good. Good. Nessa?
May I share the things about the hedging? So I wrote for myself something. It's the best way that you can just apply that on our writing. You should write two words: overgeneralization and hedging. So when you write it down in red, I should not overgeneralize, and then as a result, what you have to do, hedging. So, and these two words, I just wrote it down for myself. Then I can remember if I write a sentence, oh, I should not overgeneralize. And then what should I do? Hedging.
Fine. So
in a simple way, if you are 100% sure, don't hedge.
exactly. All of those, yes. It doesn't like that spelling. Okay. I overuse hyphens to avoid overgeneralization. Hedge. Yes.
Yep.
Lovely. And what was the other one? If you're not
100% sure, don't hedge.
And how can you be 100% sure?
A fact, talking about facts.
Right. Fine. Okay. So let's take that to the last example. People basically want to have their living quality guaranteed. I agree with that. Probably most people do. You know, it's that pyramid of needs. Everybody needs a certain level of quality. So what I think just basically was a little informal. I think I would just put the other alternative to saying may or might.
Or mainly.
It's not everybody, but most people
mainly want to, or essentially want to.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I think basically is a bit spoken. People use it, oh yeah, basically too much, I think, in speaking. I probably do use it too much. Most people want to have their living quality, and that's fine. That's fine. So yeah, all of the M words for hedging, may, might, most, many, And this is really nice, more likely to, comparisons more, yes. Oh, that's another M word, yes. Great, okay. So let's have a look at how those worked in the examples. Adam's answer is a little strange, I think. He just focused on financial planning. But the introduction, I think, was good because it very clearly, we've talked about this approach, which is to divide the essay into, well, for young people and for old people, or for professional reasons and for personal reasons. That is a strategy. And what he did was to say, okay, young people should live in the moment. They're young, that's what they should do. However, and it leads into, as you get older, so there's quite a nice development. As you get older and more people are living longer, then therefore, so what? This means that all of the consequences, financial planning is something that needs to start. Okay, so I guess you could argue that he's too focused on financial planning, but the question is so open that he's answered it in what he thinks you should plan for, and that's financially. So, I don't think it's off topic. What do you think?
In connect of this question, Fiona, if you get the chance, would you please make a video about analyzing the question? I find if we understand the prompt, the question from an essay, that makes it so most of them, it starts with a fact and then it says something. So it's kind of confusion. What's the question? So and sometimes we just go on. We base our position and our answer to the question on the fact of the first line, and then I think most of, I don't know where other people, Masood now saying here exactly, I think most of the time that we write difficult, we don't understand the question. What's the question? Which position? What do we have to answer?
Yes, the understanding the question is actually something like understanding the way of writing. So it's very important.
It determines your position, your arguments, your development. It's just most of the time.
Can I ask you a quick question then? What do you understand? I just want to check this. What do you understand by the question? To what extent do you disagree or disagree? Just that bit. What does that mean to you?
Opinion essay. You have to write your opinion.
But every essay is an opinion essay.
No, I do understand that one. I'm not talking about that.
Okay, but Nessa, can I work backwards? So you understand, sure. Tell me what you understand by to what extent you agree or disagree.
So what's your opinion about this? Or you agree or you not agree?
Yeah.
So are you strongly agree with that one part, or are you supporting that part, or are you not supporting that part? So that I don't have difficulties with that part. What I have, okay, sorry.
But no, it's okay, because so Hind, you're absolutely right in the opinion essay. Nessa, as you're saying, it's just asking your opinion. So do you think planning is a waste of time? Yes or no? And that's simply it. And everybody today, everybody answered it differently, but everybody answered the question. There was just one.
Can we write two opinions?
Yeah, because it's completely open. You can say, this is why we should plan. This is why we shouldn't. Overall, I think we should. I just don't.
Can we say according to some people, not for our opinion?
Yes, you could do that. You could say some people think this, some people think that. I think this. As long as your opinion is clear and you've covered the idea of it's a waste of time to plan for the future.
And what was the other part? And for the not planning?
Well, that could be the other paragraph. Let me show you. I've got two examples where people have done that or where they haven't. And I think that they should have. let's go through them and I'll show you what I mean. So, okay, right, sorry. I'll just start. So here's Lang. Okay, so the introduction was great with everybody, and Lang, I thought this was great because you really strongly said planning ahead is essential. Okay, and you've explained that. I've suggested to avoid using we and our and we, although Adam did as well, and I took it out. I just think it makes it more academic. I've suggested ways there where you could say people would, yeah. Okay, so that's one.
Fiona, actually, I want to say something. I really love your models for task 2, but I think I consumed them too much. And if there is another models, we can read it more and we can learn from it.
Do you mean, okay,
models for task 2?
Yeah, all models.
Yeah.
All of the models are in either
in Academy. You have a file for 40 models, I think.
There's about 40 in the library, but there's nearly 100 now.
Where is it?
I think in the all webinars. Okay. Hind, let me get back to you because I have been updating them, and maybe what I need to do is put a new one in the library.
Maybe, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Maybe Adam models.
They're all Adams, yeah. Yeah, I have updated them. So Hind, let me put them in the library and I'll get back to you.
Okay.
I'll do it this weekend, I promise.
For interrupting, sorry.
No problem, it's fine. Okay, so Yang, I think with you, sophistication of your thinking is a clear 7, but I think these things would count against you. So the slang words we've kind of discussed at the start. There's some vagueness and maybe redundancy. So many people who used to make a living by earning wages, well, make a living is by earning wages. So all you need is many people lost their jobs. And instead of saying things like for some reasons, I just rewrote this, which I felt then it wouldn't be a 7. So they lost their jobs, struggled to make ends meet because they hadn't planned. You have to keep coming back to that. So not for some reasons. You've got to come back to the point about planning. Come back, they neglected to invest or prepare for such an eventuality. So here as well, it's a bit philosophical. The future keeps turning to the present. I mean, if you're watching, do you understand the meaning of that? The future turns to the present. I'm thinking, what does he mean? So again, being more precise, the future success depends on careful planning. You have to spell things like that out clearly in the conclusion, because this is where the examiner's making their final decision and they don't want to have to think about it. They want you to give your opinion clearly, as you do here. Okay, so I think there were just a few things, Lang, that planning ahead helps us going through adversity, cope with adversity. Okay. Yeah. It's just language today, Lang. A couple of things. And avoid using pronouns if you can. And I've rewritten it there for you. Okay, Mandeep, let's have a look. This was nice, Mandeep. So I'm going to look at yours in terms of answering the question. The arguments were arguably a little weaker. So your introduction was a little bit sitting on the fence. So to avoid that, just a simple, I believe that, and it's absolutely essential. So what you said was, future planning is important. Can you see what?
Actually, my opinion was like that only. I was supporting present oriented people also as well as future oriented. So I wrote my essay like we should have a balanced version.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm going to change it then just to see what happens because now I immediately you've set it up for the reader to follow your argument. So you've said, yes, it is important to pay attention to the present time. So you've addressed that part of the question. And you've addressed that here.
Yes.
Perfectly. So that's that part of the question. Then you've addressed the second part, which is, but you should also plan. So you've kept your both sides, which is fine. And then you've kind of come back to your main argument. I know you've said here balanced version. Okay. I think it was maybe the development. Okay. So your exam example, is that the best argument for living in the present? So if you're performing an exam, that to me isn't an example of how you should live the dream in the present. That's just doing an exam. Because if individuals fail to concentrate on the present during these events, it just seems to be for this specific moment in time. I just thought there were so many other arguments about maybe, spending time with your loved ones or, sacrificing your future career and pension in order to enjoy doing the things that you love, rather than just on one day performing in an exam. So I just felt that wasn't the best illustration of what you meant. Whereas here it was, that was a nice one.
Actually in 40 minutes time, these two examples clicked in.
I know. But you were kind of almost there.
Yeah.
Here again, you were just almost there. I think you could have really picked up on, if you want to buy a house, it's not really materialistic. That's not a negative thing. You seem to be saying, oh, people want things like a house, but it's almost like an essential, isn't it? So you could have developed that idea that, in the UK, it takes 30 years to buy a house. So if you don't plan, you'll end up, renting and things like that. So I thought you just could have expressed that a little bit more focused on the question. And it's okay to say both are important, but for 7, they're wanting you to stand out with a clear, danger of repetition possibly there.
Okay, and one question related to introduction. So you suggested to write I believe. Is it okay to write it twice?
Well, put I think then. Where have you got? Yeah, you've got I believe. Where have you got?
Okay.
Oh, you've got I believe. Sorry, Mandeep. Yeah, okay. I see what you mean. So the placing of the I believe, I think, emphasizes your opinion more clearly. Sorry. Well, it is important to pay attention to the present time. I believe future planning is absolutely essential because that is leading in to your argument. I mean, this
now it is better.
Yeah. Arguably, this was a bit vague because it's more, the paraphrasing of the question. I like opinions are divided.
Actually, I find it easy because I don't need to think about introduction.
But then if you're using quite a vague first line, it's okay. But then I would like you to be more specific in your opinion. Again, it's all about strength of arguments, I think.
Right.
But I know in 40 minutes, it's easy for me to criticize, but why do I get my husband to do it? Because it's so hard to write. I know. Banda, is your hand up there?
Yep.
New. Okay, go on.
No, just I hanged up, raise
Before.
before, yeah.
No problem. No problem. Okay, so Banda, let's have a look. What did I say first of all? Some redundancy. Language is overall 7. Expand your ideas in paragraph 3. The COVID example isn't clear or strong enough. Okay.
I assumed you will say that, and I totally agree with you.
Oh, yay! Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Even if when I read it, it's a little bit unclear.
Oh, fine. That's the whole purpose of practicing. You know, these people who just want to follow a writing course and not practice, it's never gonna work, because until you've done, you know, you don't see it for yourself, do you? So what did you? Okay. You said from the organizational perspective, facing a host. Okay, if they do not plan well, they might lose the game. Okay, so we said that was a little vague. Now, do you understand what I meant about the tape, for example?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, you used it very nicely there. So I had to include it, although it led to repetition. Yeah, so there was no main verb here, but
do we need to use comma after take, or take for example?
You can, doesn't matter.
Okay.
In that case, don't worry about it. Take, for example, a situation such as people. Yeah, so I think you saw what I meant. You kind of said, okay, people were in quarantine. Some companies responded quickly. You know, were you thinking of like Amazon were able to?
Some companies react quickly and plan to attract those customers who stay in their homes by maybe creating apps to deliver food or to deliver something like that.
Yes, but that almost goes against your argument, because you're saying that they quickly adapted, which is different, I think, from planning. So you could say, like Amazon already had those structures in place, so they were in the best position.
Yeah, or those who planned in advance before and creating application even before the pandemic.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
Fiona, can we give this example? Like in certain organizations, we have evacuation plans. For example, in emergency situations, can we say they?
Yep.
For future planning.
Yeah.
So any kind of preparation, whether it's emergency fire evacuation, anything that you've done in advance is bound to profit those who have thought about it. Yeah. So people who are adapting to technology were way ahead of the game, as you said, by having apps ready. And I think, you know, Amazon has this huge automation process, doesn't it? So it was ready to respond to the demand, whereas others, I think you're right, went bankrupt because they weren't ready for that sudden change. Yes. So I think you just needed to expand there. The points are good.
Yeah. When I tried to answer this question, it came into my mind actually to write about the IELTS exam. Is it right to write about it? If you want to get high bond in the writing, you should plan in advance, knowing stuff for that.
I think you could say, you know, take a more general example, like planning, for qualification.
Can I write to describe the IELTS exam in writing?
Yeah, you could. Yeah. Again, I don't think it would be the best example that would apply to everyone, you know.
Yeah, because not everyone take a IELTS exam.
It's quite niche. But I think maybe take an example of career planning.
Maybe it's a personal example.
Yes, yes, could be. Let's just have a look here. But you said uncommon. I Googled, this is a collocation, unforeseen circumstances. Again, you don't need to then to explain that. So that's just things I've taken out is just, I think, unnecessary. And now it's much clearer. And you've said very clearly your opinion. It's absolutely vital, a strong argument. We have to be well prepared. You know, if you've said well prepared, maybe even this could come out. It's absolutely right. We have to be well prepared. While some people believe planning ahead is not important, I'm of the strong opinion, good, having a plan is better for business and life. So I like the way you set up those two things, because I was expecting then one paragraph about business planning and one paragraph about life planning. So what did you do? You did one about business, which I guess is there.
Yep.
Was this one about life? Yes. Yes. Individual perspective. Yeah. Okay. And studying. Yes. Fine. So I don't think you need the IELTS exam. I think this is better. Studying to get to university, to fulfill requirements. Nice. So you've personal, business, example. Very nice. So you're almost there. I just felt that needed to be more developed.
Totally agree with you.
Oh, great.
May I have a suggestion?
Go on.
If you can prepare a live session to answer an IELTS 2 questions using the structure of Peel, I think it will be good for us.
Yeah, we have done quite a few live Peel ones. Maybe I should do them once a month.
Yeah, I missed that because I just registered lately.
Okay. There's 2 or 3 lessons with recorded videos, and it's got all the slides. Maybe I need to start collecting a new variety of Peel sentences. Yes. Okay, good idea. It is on the plan.
Okay.
Okay. Kagna, I don't think you're here to. Yes, you are, Kagna. There you are. I can see you. Great. Okay, let's see what we said. So for you, Kagna, some really simple changes that only come from you being relatively new to the course. And I think once you've mastered these, you'll be flying. So topic sentences, we'll come back and we'll have a look at them. I would say 2 clear ideas, so 2 clear Peel points. It seemed to be going over the same ground. Planning is important. In paragraph 2, we'll look at that. And then for conclusions, this thing we just talked about with Mandy, just simply saying, I believe, shows that it's your opinion, which is what they want, rather than fact, in the last line, I think. So here in the last line, you said, we can see clearly that a life without structure is meaningless. Well, lots of people live a life without structure, but doesn't necessarily mean it's meaningless. So fine to say, but say it's your opinion. It's not, we can clearly see. I think people should invest time to plan ahead. That's fine. Okay, so let's go back. Little bit too general. So I've taken it out, get straight to the point. Most people like to plan ahead according to their needs and desires. All right, general fact, good. I thought you needed a link here, but some people think it's a waste of time. I think there's a very clear need for a link, the kind of however bit. So introductions have the both sides. Some people think this, however, maybe I think the opposite. So the but there would give you a complex sentence to start with. This really simple thing you can do, take that out, but or however, and you've already changed it. Some people think it's a waste of time. I absolutely disagree. Good, very strong opinion, and that's fine. Okay. So what you said here, setting goals for the future plays a crucial role in one's life. So I thought this is going to be your positive paragraph. So there are many reasons why setting goals is important. It's closer to the question. And then you explain. But you do just tend to say the same thing. Future plans is important if we want our goal. You've got to plan and purpose if you want a goal. For instance, a student plans and dreams. So the idea just seems to be repeated. Therefore, planning is necessary. Goals, planning, purpose, goals. Just, I don't know. Yeah.
Is it right to write about one idea or in one paragraph, or
it is, but you know, there's never a wrong or right. It's how you deal with it. It's just got to be developed. Yeah, it's got to be developed in that Peel way. So you have got an example, for instance, but where is the point? And is the point too obvious? Whatever we do today is connected to our future. Okay, so let's say that's a point, and then I would take all of that out. Okay, so here's your point 1. I'll put P1. Whatever we do is connected to our future. For example, that's the E. Student studies hard so they can get to university. Take that out. That's the example. And now you're just left with therefore planning is necessary. So there's just not enough meat in there. If you take out the repetition, there's only one idea. Planning is important, for example, students. So I would say another example of why planning is important, so you develop it. I mean, here you've done that, but tell the examiner that you've moved on. Planning is also absolutely essential for business. Here's your signal. Forget I would like to highlight. Just go straight, for example, for instance, so you avoid repetition. CEOs always set long-term goals, and you've come back to achieve the goals, which is what you were saying there. And repetition, you can't do anything without goals. Any challenges? Okay. Avoid asking a question. If they don't have goals, they would be less able to deal with challenges. Okay, that's fine. That's nice. That's nice. I like it. Okay, so I'm not in favor of, never mind those who say people should, you're not in favor of living in the present rather than planning. I believe your opinion, this is meaningless. People should plan. Fine. Okay, so I don't know if you can speak, Kagna, but you've got all the elements there.
Yeah.
Have a look at my advice there. It's easily fixed. Topic sentences, 2 clear ideas, and say I believe. So next time I'll be checking for that.
Okay. Fiona, what do you mean BP2?
Oh, some people call it, that's main body paragraph 2.
Oh, okay, got it.
No, I'm sorry, but I don't like it either, but lots of my students say it's easier for them. So that's main body paragraph 1, and that's main body paragraph 2. So, yeah. Does everybody recognize that or not? I'm going to call that paragraph 3, Kagna. So you got 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe that's simpler. So that's paragraph 1, introduction, paragraph 2, and that's paragraph 3. Okay.
Thank you, Fiona, for your feedback.
No
Very
worries,
good.
Kagna. You'll get there. Don't be. I know I'm talking a lot, but it just needs a bit more moving around, and you will get there. Okay. Patricia is there, I think. Hi, Patricia. Patricia, thank you for your lovely video today. I've made a video and sent it to you, so check your email. Patricia, this was lovely. I thought this was just being a bit more precise. So it's nice, you know, due to planning. This is why humans have evolved. However, there's the other point of view. However, and then you've brought in the other argument. We've stopped enjoying the moment. And then your opinion. I believe people should be prepared for the unexpected. So you've used a different language. You're not saying plan ahead, plan ahead, plan ahead. You're saying prepared for the unexpected. Nice. Patricia, you've done the right thing by keeping it short and accurate. Of course, there's drawbacks to that. When there are less words, it means there's less expansion. So I would say expand this idea. You've talked about adult life. I think you just need to expand here that it may lead to success. Here, I think it's not on the other hand. I think it's a second point, again, signals. And you could even add that to the other paragraph. So let me show you what I would like to do. I'd like to have that as one paragraph, the reasons in favour. And then, Patricia, I'd like to take this one out because it's too much in the conclusion. And I'd like to put that as your alternative point of view. And maybe just expand this a little bit. So it was more like the organization of it. It was a little kind of unbalanced because you had quite a lot in favor, which is fine. But it was difficult then to put that in the conclusion. Patricia, am I making sense?
Yeah, I only have a doubt about the link on the other hand, because I was pretty sure I've seen this link before in one of the models for introduce a new argument in the same line. Is that okay? Or on the other hand, it's only to,
Patricia, it's fine, but let me just double check. Okay, so you're saying in this paragraph, you're saying that we should plan. Planning might be helpful. Yes, so this is positive, in favor of planning. Now, in this plan, you're also saying you should plan. So in that case, it's not on the other hand. Do you see what I mean? It's not the contrast.
Yeah, that was my doubt, because I was, as I told you, I was pretty sure this link was used in one of the models to introduce a new argument in the same line. I don't know. I don't remember it was in favor or in contrast.
It depends. It would have to be the opposite argument, though. I mean, if we put it here, now you're introducing the other point of view. Sometimes what will come next can be unsettling. This may drag people, which could seriously affect their current, push them away from the joy of life. In cases like this, it may be better to enjoy the present without worrying too much about the consequences, you know, just to balance it a bit. So now you've got one reason in favor is manage your busy life. second reason in favor is having money for emergencies. And then the balance, on the other hand, we have to enjoy life and take life day by day. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I put the on the other hand there.
Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay, and now you've got a 5-paragraph essay, which is fine. 4 or 5 is fine. And you've got 2 paragraphs in favor. You've got a nice balancing paragraph. And now the conclusion now is just very, very simple. Hard to deny the advantages. So people should invest time and prepare for the unexpected. And you've got that balance there. That's nice, Patricia.
Yeah.
Okay, what did I say? So, yeah, so we talked about the word count, but I think you're doing the right thing. You're getting your ideas clear, and I think you can build on that now, trying to expand a little more. I think you're ready to do that. Is that okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Patricia. Okay, Hind. So Hind, we think we might have solved Hind's problem that she can't see the blue lines. Is that right?
Oh my
Hind?
God, too much.
It's all right. No, it's fine. So yeah, so all I did was click on them.
We don't have blue lines in the real exam.
Ah, yes, but you won't create any because you'll have checked them in the practice. Okay, so you can see, it's useful telling you determination is, you need an adjective, unnecessary in people's life. I agree with those who are in favor. Yeah, I agree that. You can see what's happening. It's, yeah. Okay, let's go and have a look there. So you've said something positive. I thought, again, you need the but. But some people think it's unnecessary. I think there was a really clear contrast there, which would be nice.
Okay.
But, because that gives you what you need in the introduction, the kind of both sides. But it has been argued that this kind of determination is unnecessary. I think you don't need that. We know it's in life. However, I believe...
is it okay to put but and however?
Yeah, it's fine. Different words. But take it out. Let's see.
Not in one sentence.
But it has been argued this kind of determination is necessary. Okay. I believe that preparation can bring obvious benefits for both personal and professional reasons. So I think forget what other people say now. You don't always have to follow that. That's your opinion. Who cares what anybody else says? I believe preparation can bring benefits for personal and professional reasons. Okay, so I'm expecting to see now a paragraph about personal reasons. And you've clearly told me very nicely, personal reasons improve your mental and physical health. Lovely. Good. Which I've put some hedging in there, which may influence their health. Such stress may prevent people from enjoying time spent with friends or families. Good. In contrast, focusing on the present can enhance their consciousness and ease stress. A bit vague.
I always listen this word from psychologists.
Yeah, it sounds really nice, but what does it mean, isn't it? Their appreciation.
Maybe focusing.
Yes, focusing on the present. We said focusing though.
Yeah.
Can Enhance their
Awareness, maybe?
what?
Awareness?
Awareness of what? That's the trouble, isn't it? It's kind of maybe focus on the present can, oh, hang on, enhance people's appreciation of what they have and ease stress. It was a bit too, you know, like it's a magic solution. It can ease stress, focusing on the present. Okay, no, that's fine. And as a result, so we're talking about consequences, they may feel less stressed, I don't know, something like that, by modern life. Okay, because you're saying, you know, modern life is stressful.
I didn't mention modern life.
Okay, right, so that's the personal things. Having said that,
Fiona, excuse me.
Yes.
Can I rephrase the sentence and ask you about it? In contrast, focusing on the present can make people enjoy what they have and don't overthink what they don't have.
Yes. Yeah, I think that would be fine. That would be nice.
Okay.
Yes. Don't overthink what they don't have. Might be repetition and stop overthinking.
Stop overthinking. Yep.
Stop overthinking. Yeah.
Take a hint.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So having said that, now you seem to be talking about personal things again from a personal perspective, or I thought that
yeah, it's my mistake.
Okay. Yeah, it seems to be repeating again. Avoid many mistakes during the experience. Now here you talk about professional life. Maybe that would be a better place to start. Because you said professional reasons there. Whereas that is kind of a repetition. I'm just going to put it there. Just see what happens. Do you see what I mean? So you're kind of expanding on what you've already said. So you could say, like, furthermore, establishing aims has brought. No, it's still saying the same thing, isn't it? So that's your point. Planning can result in making better decisions. Okay. Having said that, many studies have shown that when it comes to their professional life, so you're introducing your second part, employees with clear career paths make far more success and progress. Yeah, so that's a nice point. That's your topic sentence. Such an approach has a direct impact by improving their skills. So this kind of, again, you want to say the so what sentence. What's the purpose of planning, improving their skills? Well, leads to higher salaries.
Any beneficiaries, yeah.
Yeah. So being much more specific there than, you know, obviously it's whatever career they've chosen, but that's not important. The important thing is they planned, they
get results.
Yeah, they get results. Exactly. Because you've said that they have more success and progress, but you haven't said what. And maybe here's a good time to say it. You know, financially speaking, they're much better off if they plan ahead.
Yes, of course.
In conclusion, it's important to live in the present. I believe success and progress stem from prior preparation, good and create more achievable something.
Results.
Results. And leadership roles for the future. Okay, great. So what did we say? In favor of focusing on the present in part 1, yeah. The language hides of them a little, need to be more specific to the question, as we said there, the results.
And review introduction.
Simplify the introduction. 3 lines is fine. Yeah, so losing points for grammar variations. What I mean is, you kind of said, you can say, I agree with those who are in favour of preparation, but you can't then say that after it. It doesn't work grammatically. I mean, agree with those who are in favour of preparation, full stop. Then what does this mean? Purposes. So maybe because it can bring obvious benefits. Yeah, now it's fine. So either you say, I agree with those who are in favour of something, or you say, I agree that preparation is good because. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hind, you're doing fine. You're doing fine.
I'm a little upset, actually.
Don't be upset, because your ideas are
I don't know what's the wrong with my level. So sometimes it's go up and sometimes goes down.
I know, but that's why people come out and they say, oh, I got 7 last time and I got 6 this time. That's the nature of the awful exam, you know.
Yeah, I think this question was a bit difficult.
Yeah, really was. And
there is a lack of ideas actually here in this question.
I think you had the ideas and you started off so well by dividing them very clearly. But if you keep to that in the main body, what are the personal reasons here? What are the professional reasons here? I think you'd be fine. You were almost there. So you know, everything is in place for you to do that. We just need the right question on the right day with the right examiner.
And enough time.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Fiona. Thank you.
No problem.
No
Okay.
one gets 7 this time.
Sorry, Kagna?
I can see that no one gets 7 this time.
There was no 7 this time, but maybe it's just the question. Yeah, it was tricky today. Nana, well done. You're quite new. I think you've been here a couple of weeks. So the main thing is you've got everything. You've got your very nice arguments. It's very well organized. So there are a few things which might be new to you, and we've talked a little about them today. Things you can fix, like hedging. Let's go through it and do that lesson. You can click there and then come back to me if you're not sure. But we talked about it right at the start of the lesson, and it's things like this. First, people will feel less anxious. When we emphasize our present life, first people, you know, it's like you can't lose if you put might, because you can't lose. You're not saying 100% they will, so nobody can disagree with you. It's just a really simple change. Let me just check. Mindfulness has become more popular. However, okay, necessary to think about, I will argue we need a balanced way. Okay. According to a psychology study, most people experience when they overthink. Mindfulness people, okay, again, I've got might be able to reduce their worries. Concentration on tasks might be increased. That's the hedging. I just thought a little more illustration. For example, just simply saying, for example, it's a little vague. Thinking about the future. You said thinking about the future does not always affect people negatively. I thought just say that has many benefits. because that's what you're going to say. So that kind of threw me off track a little bit. Thinking about the future has many benefits. One advantage is you can find time, okay? People, heavy plans, I don't know. Complicated plans, maybe.
Big plans.
Sorry?
Big plans.
Big plans, yes. Yeah. Big plans could be positive or negative, though, couldn't they? I suppose. I think this means to be negative, I guess. People sometimes get overwhelmed because of the complicated plans. Okay, so they're, okay. Making plans such as the bullet journal method will be helpful. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure it's asking us for advice on how to make plans.
Is it okay to use these kind of examples which not everyone is aware of? For example, I'm not aware of what is bullet journal
I'm
method.
not either, to be honest. I'm not either. So, okay, so good point. It might be nice to explain it, which is blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure what it is. And actually, I did think about saying that about mindfulness. Does anybody know what mindfulness is?
Focus.
I think it's some people like pay to do mindfulness courses.
Pay attention to something.
I think it's like almost now like a hang on, I'm going to Google it. Like an approach to life. It's, you know, there's mindful. It's almost like a basic human ability to be fully present. It
to
actually
be really focused on present.
Yeah, I mean, look, NHS, they've actually got a page about it. Mine, it's called Meditation Involves Silently Paying Attention to Thoughts. I think it's quite a big thing, mindfulness. And it has become very fashionable and trendy to talk about mindfulness. So, Nana, it's great to use it. And you do explain it later. But I think you need to explain it maybe early on. Yeah, which means,
I think in introduction, explaining it would be
tricky. Yeah.
Yeah. And also it will increase the size of introduction.
Yeah. Okay, so if we put a simple definition, or even put that as that's a term, direct mindfulness, or being more present in life, yeah, has become more popular. Presence is, okay, I think, Nana, we needed some kind of explanation. And then, same goes there. Or just take it out, because it's not asking us for advice on how to make plans. Yeah, okay. It should be avoided to take too much time. If there's a link, just don't worry. It's just a common thing. Just have a quick look at those at home. I suggest people spend their time correctly thinking about the future, maybe. Okay, this was nice, Nana. People planning can improve life and task management. To make good use of time, we need the balance. Okay. All right. So, Nana, fine. I'm not going to overload you now. Just go and have a look at those ones that I've said there. And little by little, we'll make progress. Noriko, lots of yellow today, but I think you were approaching it from this philosophical way about, cherishing the now. brightening our minds, making our days joyful. I've said Disney because it's a little bit too dreamy. I think you need to just be a little bit more academic and show a little bit more awareness by hedging. Let me show you what I mean. We should cherish the now. So we talked about this right at the start. We should appreciate what we have. In my opinion, what does it mean? Be careful with your it's. Planning is necessary. So I would take that out. Planning is necessary for us to live a better present. Okay, so you've said there are 3 reasons. Watch your contractions and watch about being too general here. Planning makes us feel bright, positive, and energetic. So my question is, does it really for everyone? Some people hate planning. So it was too general. Many people make New Year's resolutions because it might brighten our minds. Too vague. How can it brighten your mind? Go back to being specific. It would help us find clarity about our goals and how we can achieve them, that kind of thing. So by completing goals, our daily life will be more fulfilling. My question is, really, will it? How? Explain. And yeah, Noriko, you went into some detail about how to plan. I think, as we just said with Nana, it was going off topic. So you're saying it's useless to plan blindly. That wasn't the question about how to plan or give advice. So this paragraph would be much better if you balanced it with the other point of view. Okay, so little off topic in that paragraph and a little unfocused or non-academic in your examples, I think, Noriko, but don't worry, it was a horrible question. Masood, I know you're having trouble, I think, with your VPN, but if you're here now,
yes, I'm here.
Are you coming and going with your internet?
Because of connection, sorry.
No worries, it's fine. Okay, well, fingers crossed. Okay, let's just see what I said. So the thing again about concrete examples, so expanding more on your point with an example. So this is the peel and the so what sentence, the link back. I think this will get easier for you because I can see you're doing the right things. You've got the introduction, a little vague. Another group of people are not neglectful. You mean they don't plan?
Yeah.
Okay. It may take a lot of time to plan. The result will be worthwhile. Okay, clear opinion there. Then you said there are several reasons why we need to plan for the future. So keep that simple. Keep the first line simple so the examiner doesn't need to think. Okay. Firstly, most people want, this means, I thought it was strange to go into the governments as an example, because you were talking about people want quality of life. So why not say people? This is why people buy insurance. I thought it was just a strange logic to talk about governments there.
Yes, first I wrote people invest in insurance and then said by myself, but people usually they don't invest on insurance. This is governments who invest on insurance industry. So this is why I wrote government.
People buy life insurance though, don't they?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought that didn't illustrate your point. So your point was people want a quality of life, and that's why they get life insurance. So they plan for a rainy day. I guess. Hang on. One more thing. So that was a little spoken, kind of spoken English. So another benefit of future planning is that, again, hedging. Many people are always, I thought often, hedging. Many people often struggle making life decisions. For example, thinking about university. So explain that. You know, I think it's more than choosing the subject. Maybe just say, as this will affect their future career, something like that. So it is quite apparent. I say, is it? So I don't know. So making a reliable and viable decision necessitates planning. Okay, that's fine. I like that. That's nice. Other people think constantly planning. Yeah, so explain and expand there. So you went straight into another point. It's worth mentioning. So I've taken that out and I've expanded here.
Okay.
So you said other people think. That's your point. Okay. Now I want to know, why do they think this? Well, they argue the future doesn't make sense without appreciating the present. So they prefer, okay, I just wanted another so what sentence like you did here.
Yeah, I see.
And
so
then
what? Every time we should ask ourselves, so what?
yes, definitely. I think definitely, because it's always bringing you back to the question. Yeah. Two sides of the arguments may never meet a common point. I believe the more people spend on planning and program, the less regret will follow. Actually, that's okay, because it's a conclusion. Or you could say, especially when it comes to, oh no, let's forget it. That's fine. Okay. All right. So the main message is concrete examples, concrete and logical examples, expanding your point. The so what, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, because it's just what IELTS wants. It might not be how everybody should write an essay, but it's what IELTS want in that 40 minutes, 260 words. Yes, unfortunately. It's very condensed.
And our progress is something like, it's not linear, it's something sine, cosine, it's
not linear. Absolutely. Absolutely, it's not. It just comes and goes depending on the question. And then one day it just clicks. That's the hope.
Yes.
Okay, Dan has gone. Sorry, we're long time today. So Dan, what did I say first of all? Oh, what happened? Did I not put a comment? Oh, hang on. Sorry, Dan. Almost every individual has planned to do something. I thought that was too general. A bit too general to start. So if we start here, straight in with the point, some people that believe planning is extremely important to live happily in the future. Full stop. So that would be your first sentence. I, however, think people should give more importance to live in the present. Nice, you've taken almost the opposite point of view to everybody. So that will be appreciated by the examiner, that you think they should think about today. Okay, and you've started with the positive, increase happiness, and you've explained why. Contributing to the community, family and friends. This is more likely hedging to make you feel contented or satisfied or content. Contented, same thing. Okay, I think you've maybe said that already. That's okay. If you often go on a family holiday, okay, we talked about that at the start, rethinking that to make it more academic. It leads to a healthy life. Does it always? So the hedging, again, there we talked about right at the start. you're introducing the opposite point of view now. So link, having said that, planning for the future is important. But if you tend to do more, you might end up worrying about the future. And all right, I need more explanation there. Other disadvantages, yes, that's a good point. But this first point is not explained at all. So it's a little confusing for me to follow as a reader. In conclusion, although setting goals is necessary, it's highly important to live in the current moment, which I thought here you could, if you're saying it's a fact and you don't want to hedge, you could say which according to research not only brings fulfillment or happiness, but supports you. Yeah, okay. So either you say it's according to research or you hedge, which may not only bring fulfillment, but also support. Yeah, okay. Okay, Dan, I'm going to come back and make a comment on that, but I think we did cover a lot of this right at the start of the video. So I'm going to go away and look at it fresh because my brain has frazzled now, and I'll decide if it's a 6 or a 7. Looking at it quickly, it looks more like a 6 just because of the comments. Okay. Right, guys, it has been a long one again. Do you have any questions?
Yes, Fiona, can we say futuristic plan?
Futuristic is more like, you know, science fiction. It's more thinking about a future that may or may not. It's. Have you Googled it?
No. Any other synonym for planning or having plan?
Off the top of my head, Banda, at this stage,
okay.
I can't think.
No problem.
But go and have a look on Google, and if you find any and you want to check them, then get back to me and I'll have a look.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, guys, thank you for your help with the academic challenge. I'm going to work on that over the weekend, and I'll let you know as soon as possible.
Don't forget the live session one.
Yes, and the live session.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you, Fiona.
You're very welcome. Thanks for joining me today. Have a lovely weekend.
You
and
too.
See you. Chat
Thank
soon.
You too. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.